Overqwil and Basculigion are two new Pokemon making their debut in VGC from the Pokemon Legends of Arceus games, and they provide some really strong Swift Swim users in Generation 9. We're going to be trying out this choice banded Overqwil alongside Life for Basculigion with last respects and see how this duo performs. This team is a hyper-offensive rain team featuring Overqwil and Basculigion. The idea of the team is simple: dish out a lot of damage using Rain with Pelipper to set it up, Overqwil to do a lot of damage with Choice Band Gunk Shot or the Terranormal Choice Band Self-Destruct that can do a lot to clear the field, setting up for Basculigion's potential last respect that can sweep under the rain with Swift Swim, the Scarf for Shifu with Surging Strikes, or the Xianpao Dragonite combination. If you would like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description. Xianpao, Galarian Moltres, Fluttermane, Urshifu, Rillaboom, and Cinderace. Why does it feel like I'm back in Gen 8? It really does feel like I'm in Gen 8, but they got some new tricks. Alright, how do I exactly want to approach this? I really like Overqwil, actually. Overqwil's really good against their team because it's just faster than everything on their team. They don't have speed control. The only priority they have is like Aqua Jet and Sucker Punches, and Overqwil's really good with the Gunk Shot. Can nuke a lot of their team members actually, so I do like Overqwil. Overqwil Pelipper seems pretty solid to me. And then in the back, I definitely want Basculigion. Basculigion's so good against the team, and I'm thinking probably Urshifu in the back. I think Urshifu Surging Strikes just pressures so much on their team, like it really does. And yeah, let's just try it out. Xianpao could have been useful. I do think that as long as it's not like a Citrus Berry on the Moltres, like Surging Strike should be able to get rid of the Galarian Moltres in Rain, which I think is pretty solid, I think, to handle their team overall. Let's see. I do like the idea of just being able to go for the Gunk Shots here. We're going to see the Fluttermane and the Xianpao. All right, so I wonder if they're like going to protect the Xianpao. I kind of just want to go for a Gunk Shot on the Fluttermane and a Hurricane into the Xianpao immediately. I don't think that's a bad play because I'm trying to think, okay, so it's not booster energy on the Fluttermane. I like the idea of Gunk Shotting here because I don't know if they would expect either the Poison Jab / Gunk Shot, or they're just going to go for the attack with Xianpao. I think it could be a very fair play, but then I think I can get Urshifu in, just click Surging Strikes, and they don't exactly have the best answers. So let's see how this is going to perform. We are going to see Fluttermane protect, which is very fair here. Wouldn't be surprised for the Xianpao just to go for the attack. I don't think that this is a bad position. Again, I think Surging Strikes from the Urshifu with the Choice Scarf will just be able to obliterate their team. We're going to see the Ice Spinner target down my Overqwil, not the Sacred Sword. Oh wait, no, it is neutral, right? Hurricane able to do a lot to the Xianpao. Do I survive the double up? I actually don't know. I'm just going to Gunk Shot here, and I'm just going to go for a Hurricane into the Xianpao once again. Game Rare Xianpao is nice for Basculigion because I don't have to worry about the Sucker Punch pressure, which is still really solid for me here. I don't know. Sucker Punch, I want to say it doesn't pick up the knockout because we resist the Sucker Punch, but let's see. Sucker Punch is going to come out on Overqwil. Yeah, it doesn't pick up the knockout, so we're actually able to go for the Gunk Shot and take advantage of... I don't think we need the Sword of Ruin to ensure this knockout because we're choice banded, but goodbye Fluttermane and goodbye Xianpao. We're up 4-2. This Overqwil gonna be putting in a lot of work, and I could even save it in the back if I really want to, although I do expect some form of priority where it's going to be the Urshifu or the Cinderace potentially with Sucker Punch in the back to finish it off. But yeah, a very strong position. Overqwil just able to like blow up that lead here without the self-destruct necessary. We're going to see the Rillaboom come out, and we're going to see the Galarian Moltres come out. Okay. Which, if they're attacking, I don't expect a Hurricane into the Overqwil, and if it is, so be it. I'm assuming this is fake out. I'm just gonna go out into my Urshifu. Like, if I risk Urshifu, that's really not that big of a deal. And I'm gonna go for a Hurricane. I'm just gonna target down the Galarian Moltres to, you know, get some chip onto it, which is pretty important, I think, for either Overqwil knockout with Gunk Shots. I can use it to pick up the knockout with Basculigion, or just like guarantee the knockout with Surging Strikes on Urshifu, even if it's Citrus Berry. They do have to go for the fake out here into the Overqwil, and Tailwind going to come out actually. Okay, so Tailwind going to be initiated from the Galarian Moltres. We are able to go for the Hurricane here into the Galarian Moltres, and a good solid amount of damage. Do I need Terra on anything? Trying to figure out, do I need Terra? Don't need Terra on this. Don't need Terra on this. I think I can just go for... So I have two options. I could go for the Terra with Urshifu. The question is, am I faster than Rillaboom under Tailwind? I want to say the answer is yes. Actually, 140. That's 210. Actually, no, I underspeed. I think my best play is just to Certain Strikes the Galarian Moltres. Terra Steel with our Pelipper. Go for the Tailwind so we can match their Tailwind. And just make sure that we live. The only way we don't get this attack off is either if we fire a Rafflinch or a Hurricane Confusion, I'm pretty sure. Or Taunt on Rillaboom, I suppose. I think those are like the only options that prevents it. But yeah, I don't need my Terra on anything else. Let's just go for the Terra with the Pelipper. We're going to see Drum Beating going to come out actually into the Pelipper, which is fine. Because the speed is not really that concerning on the Pelipper. And we're going to see Hurricane. Yep, Hurricane into Urshifu. That is very acceptable here. Urshifu will go down, but at this point, like, again, I'm kind of using this situation to, like, eliminate these factors so I can just get my Basculigion or my Overqwil in safely. I kind of want to go for a hard, I think, Overqwil. Yeah, I'm going to go hard into Overqwil, I think. Because unless the Galarian Moltres has Sucker Punch. If it has Sucker Punch, I guess this is kind of an interesting endgame. But I think I should still probably be acceptable here. Yeah, I want to say I should be okay. I'm just going to go for my Gunk Shot into the... Yeah, I'm going to go for my Gunk Shot. I'm going to go for the Hurricane here. Let's see if they have Sucker Punch. They need to have Sucker Punch in order to have a chance. We're going to see a Terra, actually. Okay. Coming out from Rillaboom or the Galarian Moltres? Going to be the Rillaboom, which is fine here. Going to be out into the Terra Poison. All right. Which, if they get a double knockout, this isn't great, but I don't think they can pick up a double knockout. I'm pretty sure Gunk Shot going to come out into the Rillaboom. That is a lot of damage. Stomping Tantrum into the Pelipper. Not a knockout, but this Fire Wrath will be probably a knockout here. Ooh, okay. Did I throw this? I might have actually thrown this. Kind of forgot about Terra. Kind of forgot they had Terra. For some reason, I thought they Terra'd Fluttermane earlier, but that was a different game. Okay. Go on to Basculigion, I suppose. And... Last Respect is definitely picking up knockouts here. I think I want to go... Did I expect to live the Drum Beating or the single tire Fire Wrath? I think it's probably better to just go for the Last Respect and just hope I live the Fire Wrath. Last Respect into the Rillaboom, picks up a knockout, critical hit not necessary. That is a 200 base power Ghost type move, so we are able to eliminate the Rillaboom. Let's see if we live the Fire Wrath or not, because it's going to be like... the answer here. Basculigion is decently bulky, but it depends on their Moltres. Oh. I kind of got bailed on this one. I don't think they have Sucker Punch, because if they had Sucker Punch, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have went for it earlier. I'm going to go for a Wave Crash. If they have Sucker Punch, they have Sucker Punch. Nice, they don't. I didn't expect them to. Wave Crash in the rain. Swift Swim, Tailwind up, outspeeding, KOing the Galarian Moltres. I completely forgot about Terra. That is completely on me. What would I play differently if I expected the Terra, I guess, onto the Rillaboom? Well, Terra Poison, I guess. Like, the thing is, the Gunk Shot would have KO'd the Rillaboom if it wasn't, like, any other Terra than, like, Poison or Steel, which is absolutely insane to me. So, maybe it was just, like, go for a Liquidation into a Hurricane, because I think the Liquidation would have done enough damage to with the Hurricane, for sure, but... if they didn't, but then again, if they just decide not to, I didn't pick up a knockout, so maybe the best play was just to knock out the Galarian Moltres, which I think might have been smarter there, but I wasn't sure if Galarian Moltres would go for a last ditch protect effort. Thundurus, Landorus, Heatran, Amoonguss, Urshifu, Fluttermane. Okay, this is like a pretty standard balanced team for the most part. I'm pretty curious on like what I exactly want to approach this with, because we have quite a few options. I do like the rain mode quite a bit. Their speed control options aren't exactly amazing. I like Overqwil a lot because it's just immune to the Thundurus, going for something like a the Thunder Wave into the Overqwil for speed advantage. I do like the Pelipper, I think. Rain mode does seem solid here. And then in the back, this is a question mark. Basculigion is really good against a team with Last Respect, or Shifu Surging Strikes is not bad either. I could also use the Qianpao. Qianpao is really strong against their team for the most part, so a lot of decent options here. But I think I'm going to go with the Basculigion, and I think I'm going to go with our Shifu. I really like the idea of going into the Qianpao, because I'm thinking like, okay, maybe I could like turn one, go for the self-destruct into a into switching to Qianpao, and that would be amazing for me. But I don't really see that happening with the Flutter Mane around. I think to bring Flutter Mane, probably a Moongus, I'd say, would want to be brought here, because it's one of the few things that can really take water attacks really well. I think Thunder should be brought, but I'm not 100% certain. And then I don't think they're bringing the Heatran. I'm pretty sure we're seeing the Heatran left behind. Let's see. Thunder's Flutter Mane. That makes a lot of sense to me. And yeah, that's completely acceptable to me, as I will lead the Pelipper and the Overqwil. And so I wonder if they're going to go to Landorus turn one. We're going to see the special attack boost on the Flutter Mane. I wonder if they're the Wild Bolt Storm or just Thunderbolts. I think I do want to just go for a Gunk Shot here into the Thunderous, try to pick up that knockout as quickly as possible. And they were special attack boosters, so I don't have to worry about like them outspeeding. I wish I had Helping Hand to ensure to knock on the Thunderous if case Landorus did come in. But I think I'm okay with the idea of going for the Wide Guard turn one. I'm pretty sure I don't need the Tailwind. Yeah, let's go for the Wide Guard here. And just cover for Dazzling Gleam, Wild Bolt Storm. Let's see if they are Thunderbolt or not. We'll find out. We will be seeing a taunt actually into the Pelipper, which is fine. I don't mind that too much here. Okay. And we're going to see the Gunk Shot come out into the Thunderous. Let's see if it picks up the knockout. It is a straight clean knockout. So beautiful. Able to knock out the Thunderous, which means no Thunder Waves for the remainder of the game. Moonblast is going to come out into Pelipper as well. So trying to get rid of it. Not able to pick up the knockout. Special attack drop. A little bit frustrating if the Amoonguss is around, but that's still like a pretty acceptable answer here. Let's see what they're going to go out into next. But yeah, this Gunk Shot is so powerful. Our Shifu is going to come in. All right, beautiful. They have to protect Flutter Mane, right? The special attack drop kind of sucks because of the Hurricane factor, but I don't think this is too bad. I think my safe play is just to Gunk Shot the Flutter Mane regardless and Hurricane the Urshifu, because at the worst I lose one Pokemon to Urshifu. Whereas if I go for the, because they're going to Terra Water the Urshifu most likely and go for the Surging Strikes into the Overqwil. If that's the case, I get a Hurricane off into the Urshifu, and then I get to bring out my own Urshifu, and then I can go for like some pretty strong attacks from there. So I don't think this is too bad here. We're going to see, okay, no protects actually, so I am able to get the Gunk Shot off in the Flutter Mane. We saw that as booster energy, so no Focus Sash. A Flutter Mane just goes down, so that's two knockouts Overqwil has gotten. Surging Strikes is going to come out from the Terra Water or Shifu, which is absolutely acceptable here, as the Overqwil is 100% going down to this, but it's basically done the job I needed to do, so Overqwil will thank you for your service, but a Hurricane will come out in our Shifu. We're -1 special attack, but this should still do like, I don't know, 40%-ish. Yep, about 50. And then we also get Confusion, which is nice here. Let's see. I want to go out into my owner Shifu, I think. Yeah, I want to go out in my owner Shifu. Moongus is the last revealed here. Okay. Okay, interesting. I think Last Respect should knock out the Urshifu or the Moongus once I get knocked out with one more Pokemon. I'm just going to go for Surging Strikes into Urshifu, and I don't need to Terra on anything, so I'm just going to go for the Terra Water actually into the Urshifu, because they can't protect against Urshifu, of course. And we're going to go for the Hurricane, I guess, also into the Amoonguss. They have to Rage Powder here, and if they Rage Powder, they're just going to be in Last Respect range from my Basculigion, so I should be like pretty safe. I'm pretty sure the end game is secured, assuming Surging Strikes picks up the knockout in our Shifu, but I imagine it does with the Terra and the Rain boost at this percentage. Rage Powder is going to come out, which makes sense because you kind of need to make sure that the Urshifu is still around on the field. You are confused. Actually, did you go? You're a Choice Scarf as well, aren't you? And you hit yourself, unfortunate for you. But it was like you're knocking out Pelipper most likely, which is fine for me, because again, I'm still going to do the Last Respect and the Surging Strikes. That should still be like in a very secure way to win the game. Rocky Helmet, I don't think the Rocky Helmet damage changes anything here. If the Urshifu targeted down my Urshifu, then that means I get the Hurricane off in Amoonguss, and I'm pretty sure I pick up the knockout on Amoonguss at that range, which I am going to be able to see here. And if they target my Pelipper, then I just last respect in the Surging Strikes. Then the Urshifu is isolated at this range. It's in the Surging Strikes range plus the last respect. I have a Choice Scarf Urshifu, which I think they're also Choice Scarf, but it shouldn't matter too much at this point because like I could also just go for like if they can't knock out can they knock out Basculigion? I think they actually could with the Surging Strikes in the rain. But the thing is, I still have 2 Pokemon remaining at that point, so I'd be fine. I like my Basculigion always moves first. KOs the Urshifu or the Amoonguss, depending on if they Rage Powder or not. I'd always secure the win, I believe. They go for Surging Strikes, pick up the knockout into my Urshifu. Yeah, they were also Choice Scarf as well. And the Hurricane will finish off their Urshifu. And if not, we have Basculigion in the back to clean up. So Overqwil, no, Landers made this a lot easier because Overqwil was just able to go in against them. So goodbye Urshifu, and secure the win. Yeah, just Gunk Shot is so powerful. Like it really is hard to stop right there. And my opponent found that out the hard way, especially. Landorus Incarnate, Xianpao, Urshifu, Tornadus, Heatran, and Fluttermane. Okay. So they have really weak, they're really weak to Xianpao. Xianpao is really solid. I wonder if they have single target moves on the Landorus, like if they have Earth Power, or they're going to be the new move, the Sandsear Storm, because if it's Sandsear Storm, I can Wide Guard block it, but otherwise I can't. I think this might be a weird lead here, but I think it works. I'm going to go with Xianpao plus Pelipper, because I think they're forced to lead Tailwind. I don't know if they're leading to Urshifu. That's definitely a potential option, but I don't really have the best answers otherwise. Do I leave Overqwil behind is the question. Gunk Shot does do a decent amount of work here, but I could also see my own Urshifu just obliterating their team. Like they do not have a good answer to Surging Strikes at all. But then again, Basculigion, the range should be good enough to nuke things, and then I think it's Overqwil. Like Basculigion, like the main thing that I mean, do I need Basculigion actually now that I think about it? Basculigion, I mean, last respect's threatening the Heatran, but otherwise, like there is Aqua Jet pressure. The thing is, I feel like Sucker Punch is pressuring this slot so much. I'm gonna try Urshifu because Urshifu just if I master Tailwind, I think Urshifu just destroys their team. Basculigion, I think, could destroy their team, but I think it requires a little bit more work. And I think I can usually match a Tailwind in most cases. I also want to have a switch in. I think the thing is I also want to switch into their Urshifu if they lead it. They did Landorus plus Tornadus, which this is like the perfect lead for me, right? Because I lead my Xianpao plus my Pelipper. I can go for an Ice Spinner into the Tornadus and go for a Tailwind right here, and I'm in the super safe position. So let's go for that Ice Spinner. Let's go for the Tailwind immediately and see what the response is. And yeah, this is why I want to lead the Xianpao, because Xianpao offensively, like Tornadus was pretty much the main mode what they could lead, because they kind of need a speed advantage because they just get run over by my team like offensively otherwise, because like I have Swift Swim on stuff. I have like the Scarf or Shifu potentially. Like I just had a lot of options, so felt like that this was a pretty good lead here. I don't think they're able to knock out the Pelipper unless they go for like very specific plays like a Terra on the Tornadus, and they need to have like a specific move on the Landers to hit me. But we're just gonna see Tailwinds come out, which is fine. And we're also gonna go for an Ice Spinner into the Torn. Sandsear Storm gonna be into the Xianpao, which is gonna bring me down to the Focus Sash immediately. That is a very powerful move here, but it's very acceptable, and thankfully no burn. I don't get why they, well actually no, because they're probably Sheer Force, so they don't have a chance to burn. So Tornadus is eliminated. That's really good there. And that is one Pokemon that could like threaten my Urshifu out of the way. Also, like no more Tailwinds in the future turns. Feeling pretty good about this position. Let's see what the next mon is going to be here. Probably their own Urshifu if they have it. But if they go their own Urshifu, they're threatening my Pelipper, of course, the Hurricane. So we're going to see their Urshifu come out. Not too surprising. I think they have to go for... Oh, they're the dark one, actually. Okay. Huh. The dark one changes things. I'm really glad I didn't bring Basculigion, actually. That would have been a nightmare. I think if that's the case, I want a Sacred Sword there, or Shifu, I think, and Hurricane as well. I could lose both my Pokemon here potentially. I mean, I think they have to Sucker Punch. We're gonna see a Terra actually come out, which I'm surprised about. Is this a defensive Terra from like Landers? Yeah, okay. That's why I didn't want to Ice Spinner immediately. Yeah, it's Terra Fairy. Okay. The reason I didn't want to target the Landers, by the way, was literally because I had a suspicion that there could have been defensive Terra. So Sacred Sword going to come out into the Urshifu. Does pick up the knockout just straight out with a critical hit. I think that probably mattered because Urshifu has decent physical defense, but I did get the call right, and it looks like they're going to reward me there. I don't think it was too bad. Like, the Urshifu was just really weakened on their side. I'm pretty sure that I could just win the game with the combination of my Scarf Urshifu and Rain Surging Strikes, just clicking Surging Strikes just like nuke their team, and then I also have my Overqwil to just clean up the game there. So I don't think it was like necessary, but yeah, Hurricane Confusion as well. But yeah, what can I do here? We're gonna go out into our owner Shifu, or do I go out into my Overqwil? I want to say it's probably Overqwil. I think I go Overqwil here. Let's see what their last is. I can always just Wide Guard with Pelipper, because like if they're risking hitting the Sandsear Storm instead of like going for Earth Power, then I imagine it's not the case. A Shampoo. Okay, yeah, the game's over. The game is 100% over. So I don't have to Terra if anything. I'm just gonna go on to, I'm not gonna miss train. I'm just gonna go for a Wide Guard and Self and Protect, I think. I'm okay with letting my Overqwil go down here for Shifu to clean up. If the Landers is confused, they have to get the Protect off here. And even if they get the Protect off, the Shampoo, Focus Sash is gone. Then I could just Surging Strikes the Landers. I can go for a Hurricane and a Shampoo, and like the game's 100% over. So I'm just gonna Terra normal because I can. And also like I'm not tearing their Shifu because yeah, I want to still resist Sucker Punch. The Pelipper Terra doesn't matter here at all, and could put me in vulnerable range of Sacred Sword or their Sandsear Storm if they are able to survive the turn. So yeah, just go for the Terra with the Overqwil, because I really just have no reason not to. There is no other Terra that's going to change this game. If they go for Protect, that'd be funny, but it doesn't really change anything. Once again, like double Protect. Shampoo is going to Protect. Okay, does the Landers Protect as well? Like if I'm booming here, that's actually okay. Doesn't look like they are going for the, okay, yeah, so the Landers didn't Protect, so I am going to be able to go for Self-Destruct here. Just knock out the Landers. Just a little overkill right here, but yeah, the game is 100% over now, because we do again have an Urshifu. Surging Strikes and Rain is just absolutely absurd. And yeah, glad my judgment is correct. I don't like Basculigion could have definitely swept, but like the thing is, like I think that the Surging Strikes and Rain was just like way too good to pass up. I also really like the Overqwil just because like the Swift Swim option just seemed really good into them, and a lot of the potential defensive typings that they could have went for. Also just being a dark type, having the like resist to Sucker Punch. Basculigion just like always had that issue because I probably always had to Aqua Jet when Shampoo was like on the field. So yeah, Surging Strikes in the Rain into the Shampoo, can't Protect because this mon is dumb as heck, and we're gonna go for a Hurricane. Not gonna be forfeit because I realized that, and very, very easy cleanup there. Hisuian Goodra, Grimmsnarl, Fluttermane, Urshifu, Landorus Incarnate Form, and the Galarian Moltres. Okay, this is a really scary one right here. Absolutely terrifying. They have the Grimmsnarl plus the Hisuian Goodra. Like, screens is always not fun to deal with overall. So I gotta figure out a way that I can stop it. I mean, I am bringing Shampoo into this, I think. Shampoo's like really good into this. The Urshifu Surging Strikes is tempting. I don't know if I actually bring it or not, because they are going to get Reflect up. So it might be better to leave Basculigion at home. I think it might be better. I think I'm going to lead Overqwil plus Shampoo. I think in this case, because I feel like they're always leading to some form of screen here. And then have Pelipper in the back because I want the Rain up for sure. And then last Pokemon, I want to say it's Urshifu. The problem is I don't break through the Hisuian Goodra well unless I have the Shampoo alive. So Shampoo is going to be like the #1 factor I have to preserve, because if I don't preserve it, I just instantly lose to the Goodra. So maybe my opponent doesn't bring Goodra yet. I think it's like pretty tempting to bring the Goodra against the face of my team. Like, it does seem pretty strong here. Body press is also just threatening offensively. Like, I don't exactly have the best switch-ins to it, and I don't think I really want to go with Basculigion. We'll see. We're gonna see Grimmsnarl Fluttermane actually lead here, as I will lead my Xianpao plus my my Overqwil, which is fine here. Choice Banded Gunk Shot might be able to pick up the knockout into the Fluttermane. Speed booster. I wonder how fast it is, because depending on the speed, Overqwil might still be able to outspeed it. I think I am gonna just Gunk Shot the Fluttermane. I'm just gonna Heart Swap into Pelipper here. If they have Fake Out, this is really bad on the Grimmsnarl, but there's not really much of a defensive play I can go for. I do want to go Pelipper and get that Swift Swim boost, because if I have the chance to outspeed the Fluttermane, I absolutely want to take it, right? Xianpao is just too valuable in this matchup for the Goodra. Again, we don't know if the Goodra is confirmed. I think Urshifu will probably be in the back. Maybe Goodra will reveal itself here, but we'll see. But if they do have the Goodra, I absolutely need Xianpao to stick around on the field. But we're going to bring out our Pelipper. Bring out the Rain. I think even in with the Reflective, Gunk Shot might still one-shot the Fluttermane. We're gonna see a Terra come out. Is this Terra Steel on the Grimmsnarl? Or is this Terra on the Fluttermane? What Terra are you? Terra Water. Okay. That does not change anything for me, but I guess they're worried about like Ice Spinner here. So let's see. It is Reflect. Okay, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Moonblast into what was the Xianpao, which makes sense. Special attack drop sucks, but it's not too bad. Gunk Shot gonna come out into the Fluttermane. That was pick up the knockout. Beautiful. That's a great turn one. That is an absolutely amazing turn one. All right, beautiful. That is great. Holy cow. That is a good turn one. Let's see what is coming in. Probably the Goodra, I'd imagine, is coming out, which is not great, but they did use their Terra, so I don't have to worry about defensive Terra from the Goodra, which means Sacred Sword can run over their team. Let's find out what the rest is going to come out to. The problem is Shell Armor Goodra is just like so hard to break through for me. We're going to see the Galarian Moltres come out. Okay. I do want to just Gunk Shot to the Grimmsnarl to try and pick up the knockout. I could also go Xianpao and Gunk Shot the Galarian Moltres, but I don't think I pick up the knockout. I think I'm just going to go for a Tailwind here. Yeah, because I don't want to risk the Galarian Moltres having a Tailwind as well. They're going to go for Light Screen. I don't have a single special attacker, but they're just prepared. Well, other than Pelipper, of course. Gunk Shot, 2 for 2 on that is very nice. So goodbye, the Grimmsnarl. So that's amazing. All right, beautiful. Is it no Goodra in the back? It's like they are not really indicating that there's a Goodra in the back. We are going to lose our Pelipper there, which is absolutely fine. All right, I want to go out into my Xianpao now, I think, because I want to see, because like I pressure anything that's not the Goodra. Let's see, is it Urshifu? No, it is the Goodra. Okay. So we had to sort of ruin just threatening the Galarian Moltres. I'm just going to go for the Gunk Shot into the Galarian Moltres, and I am just going to go for... if they have Tailwind, this is really weird. I don't think it's Tailwind on this team. Could be, though. They already Terra'd. I could double it up. I guess I could go for, like, Gunk Shot Ice Spinner here. But if I miss Gunk Shot, that's freaking awful. So I got to think about this carefully. Would I rather risk Tailwind, or would I rather risk the 80%? You know what I'm risking. I'm risking it. I'm a risker here. If they protect it and body press the Overqwil, that's fine too, because then I just Surging Strikes Ice Spinner the following turn. It's not that big of a deal. Or I could close combat if I want to, but they still reflect up. The problem is like the Goodra. The Goodra can't set up like quickly enough. I think that's their issue. But if we do miss, I don't want to imagine a world where I miss. I just want to imagine a world where I hit. Let's see if that world will come into fruition. Okay. Well, I mean, can't hit them all, I guess. We got pretty lucky generally. It's a berry. Okay. Oh, they went for Air Slash. Interesting. Life Dew. Huh. Okay. That's fine. Going for the Gunk Shot once again. I'm going to protect this time. Because I'm not risking this mon. I really don't want to risk this mon. I think my only concern is Galarian Moltres' move here. Like if they have Sucker Punch, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out. So this is a unique spot here. I'll tell you. I'll say that much. I wonder if close combat Sacred Sword could pick up the knockout into the Goodra. Probably not with the Reflect up. That Gong Shot miss was bad. Let's see how much damage we've done though. Maybe we didn't even pick up the knockout on the Galarian Moltres. I feel like we do though. This is Choice Bandit, and then we had the Ruin ability. Oh yeah, we would have absolutely knocked out. Had the second Berserk boost, which is fine. You go for Fiery Wrath. Okay. We're able to survive. Does the Goodra pick up the knockout? No, it goes for Life Dew. Okay. Do I want to risk oh my goodness. Now the question is, do I risk it or not again? I feel like I probably just do, right? I think I'm gonna go for it. I kind of want to go out into Urshifu actually. So how much did that do with the Sword of Ruin? I'm just worried about like how many turns of Reflect do they have left? 3 after. I think I should Gunk Shot. I feel like I should probably Protect here. Or go Urshifu if I think I survive. I think I'm going to go for another Protect here. Let's see. I fail, but all I need is hit the Gunk Shot. You might be thinking about why. I'm just trying to see if they have Sucker Punch. Okay, they went for Protect with Galarian Moltres, which is fine. Okay. I don't think they have Sucker Punch at this rate. Did you target the Overqwil or did you target the Xianpao though? No, they Life Dude. Okay. Again, I don't mind. We're gonna go for the Gunk Shot, and is this the turn I'm gonna get caught by it? That's the question. Because like I don't even think they have Heavy Slam on this now, but I'm trying to figure out what the Galarian Moltres set is. I'm just gonna Protect again. I don't want to fall for the Sucker Punch play, because if I fall for the Sucker Punch play, I'm just losing 100%. We're also stalling our Reflect turns, which is valuable for Urshifu to come out because they haven't set up Iron defenses yet. This has been a very complicated game because I'm trying to cover for Sucker Punch really badly. Gunk Shot connects. Good. Oh, that just knocks out beautiful. That knocks out beautiful. All right, I think we should have this now. We go for Life Dew. All right, they have to start attacking now. And then we can go out into our Urshifu. We can go for the Sacred Sword into the Goodra. I think we should have this secured because the Reflect turns are wearing out. We've stalled them out pretty well. We can go for Sacred Sword. We can go for Close Combats. We can go for Liquidations as well. Sacred Sword still does a very fantastic amount of damage. They are going to start setting up Acid Armors, which makes sense. What's this full set? Acid Armor, Life Dew, Body Press. It's either Protect or an attacking move, I'd imagine. Leftovers revealed. I feel like if they had an attacking move, I think they should have just knocked out the Xianpao when they had the opportunity to. Less than a Reflect, which is good. I'm going to go for the Close Combat and Sacred Sword, which even if they Protect, I don't think they win now. I think I've gotten enough Close Combats into the Goodra for like a safe win con because they only have the +2 setup. If they start setting up, that would have been really annoying. But again, it comes down to if Goodra actually had an attack to hit the Xianpao. Yeah, the Close Combat does enough damage to where Sacred Sword is going to finish it off. So, oh, that was a scary moment. That was definitely a scary moment. The Goodra had an attack that could knock out the Xianpao, and they went for it on the turn I missed. That would have been really, really bad. Because I would have had to target the Galarian Moltres with my Urshifu most likely. I'd probably have to lock into... Would I lock into certain strikes? I think it just depends on the scenario, but like I can't crit the Urshifu or the Goodra for the end game. Like I think I would have just like straight up lost to the Goodra by itself, but because like I'm locked in a Gunk Shot with the Overqwil at that point. But thankfully it came through. All right, let's go over to games. Game 1, Overqwil was able to heavily threaten my opponent's lead and put me in a great spot, which I messed up for getting my opponent didn't tear yet, but Basculigion was able to clutch up the 2v1. Game 2, Overqwil picked up 2 knockouts and put my back water types into a safe position to clean up the final 2 Pokemon. Game 3, called the lead and had an amazing start with Xianpao that let my Water Urshifu into an ideal end game sweeper position. Game 4, Gunk Shot was able to knock out the Fluttermane through the Reflect, and the Grimmsnarl was fantastic until the miss made it a bit harder on the Galarian Moltres, but I had preserved my Goodra answers while stalling out Reflect turns. Choice Band Overqwil is actually insane. The Gunk Shot doing a lot of damage, and it is a monster. We weren't able to use the self-destruct Terra Normal strategy really, unfortunately, but I think it's because this team is really well known and a lot of players now know about the self-destruct Terra Normal, so they do have counterplay like a Ghost type and Fluttermane, or just by double protecting the Scout, which of course if they do get it right, it's really awful as a position. So it's really hard to utilize now, I think, with the Terra Normal self-destruct, but overall fantastic team. Both Pokemon really impressed me. If you do want to try out the team, the rental code is on the screen. You can check out the details of the team indicated down below in the description, and of course subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.